Hi guys! Today we are visiting the famous Waterloo battlefield and where the great Napoleon was defeated in 1815. To reach here you can get public transport, which is very easy and can find frequently. You can get a direct bus from Brussels Midi to this place, which takes almost 45 minutes. Or you can come by train and get down at Braine-l'Alleud station and take bus to this place. After getting down at this place from far away you can see the Lion's Mound, which is the artificial hill created to commemorate the Battle of Waterloo. You need to grab tickets for the museum, which is €23 for an adult. If you got after November it will reduce to €19 since it is off-season. You can see this old kind of pen, books and other souvenirs from shop inside the ticket counter. You can also get the combo tickets for multiple museums in Waterloo. The first place to visit is the panoramic building, which is the panoramic 360-degree painting of the War Day on the wall. It's a must-watch artwork which I have seen. The effort behind this is unbelievable. After this, we are moving to the next viewpoint, which is the Lion Mount, where you can see the big sculpture of lion. We can climb on top through steps, and can have a complete view of the battlefield. On the side you can see the demonstration of how the soldiers lived, the equipments, and canons, which they used to use in the war in 1815. They will give a detailed explanation how the war was lost and the strategies of the great Napoleon. They will explain how the cannon is fired and the importance in the warfield. They will also illustrate a cannon fire shot also, which is very interesting.
Français par ici, English explanation over here please. Pounds, which today is around 2 kilograms. However, understand that this cannon is the smallest cannon in the French field artillery. In France we have a good system, the Gribeval system, with different sizes that could be mass produced, and in the army we have 4, 6, 8, all the way up to 12 pounders. These are cannons that were almost twice the size of this one, weighing more than 1,000 kilograms, firing these massive 6 kilogram weighing cannonballs. And indeed, Napoleon Bonaparte, he himself an artillery officer, will massively use these cannons. He knew how to use them in an efficient and deadly way, and so throughout his battles, his campaign, he will use them very well, and there will really be an exponential growth of the use of these cannons. Do have a look at how this cannon fires, because it's very different from modern artillery. Modern artillery, we associate it with cannons firing in an arch with explosive shells. Now these type of cannons already existed and were in use, but most of the cannons were still cannons like these. Cannons that would fire mostly horizontally, and where the cannonballs themselves do not explode. There is no black powder inside of the cannonball itself. So it's not like in the movies when they hit the ground they explode. No. The idea is to make these cannonballs shoot straight and then make them bounce along the ground. The more bounces you can have, the more range, and of course the more dead and wounded. Because as you saw in the movie and in the museum, these men march shoulder against shoulder, lines deep. So if you're in a good position, if the ground is nice and dry, you can really make these cannonballs bounce multiple times to wreak as much havoc in the enemy ranks. And that's something that Napoleon excelled at. And that's the thing he also wants to try and do here at Waterloo. Where we stand here now is right in the middle of the battlefield. Behind us, we have the British Allied position on top of a natural slope. Facing us, on the other side of the plateau of Mont Saint-Jean, we have the army of Napoleon Bonaparte. While Wellington has only around 150 cannons, Napoleon stands there with more than 250 cannons. And these small toy cannons he left behind in Paris. He brought us bigger 6, 8, 12 pounders with him. Napoleon's tactic here at Waterloo was quite simple. Bombard the British Allied centre into pieces with his cannons, and once the centre was weak enough, infantry and cavalry to break it in two, so that by nightfall he would arrive in Brussels. Of course, as we all know, he will never make his reservation in his cannons. So the battle will only start at around 11:30 in the morning, quite late for a battle. When he can finally start using his cannons at around midday, his cannons will be a lot less efficient. It's obvious. The British Allied position is on top. So this, but 10, 15 times the amount. Also not one cannon, but hundreds of these. 150 British Allied, 250 French, even more with the Prussian structure cannonball attached. Load through the mouth, ram it down, and then as you saw me do, at the end of the barrel there was a little hole, the touch line. With a big needle, I pierce through to expose the black powder, put in my fuse, and then when I ignite with the explosion, understand that these cannonballs could leave the cannons at speeds between up to 200 to 300 meters a second. There's quite a bit of force behind these. You might see that cannonball coming at you, but don't you think you have time for these, or up to 100 of these smaller ones, packed in a tin can or a big bag, when the enemy is within a couple of 100 meters, bam, launching these bullets in all directions, massacring the first up and rejoice. Dégagez! Marchez! Attention un peu! Pièce prête! Canon Napoleon. Attention, feu, feu! Vive l'empereur! Vive l'empereur!
Gelijk mijn moeder ook. Dat heb ik ook gedaan in het leven.
This is the headquarters of Napoleon, where he planned everything of his war. There is a museum which they have displayed the items which they have excavated from this place. And some items which displayed which shows how they looked like in those times. You can also see a skeleton of a soldier which has excavated from this area. The next destination is Église Saint-Joseph, which there is a 15 minutes bus journey from Battlefield. The church was built in 1800. And further, it has been the memorial of soldiers. The church has been faded its all architecture due to times of French Revolution and Second World War. Just opposite to this church, you can see the Museum of Wellington. Since we reached late, we could not visit the Wellington Museum. We'll visit the next time. If you like my video, please like and subscribe my video.